It's been calculated that about 1 in 3 South Africans eligible to vote won't make their mark on the 1st of November. That's because they're simply not registered. 26.2 million of us are. But of the total voting population of around 40 million, a whopping 13 million South Africans are not taking part in the polls. And that's nothing new for our country. We've often seen few turnouts, low turnouts at elections. But what's driving voter apathy this time around? We've got reporters posted around the country investigating this for us now as we count down to the 2021 municipal elections on Monday. Let's start with Govan Whittles in Gqeberha. Govan, you are in the Nelson Mandela Bay municipality, a hotly contested area. Are people going to come out to vote, though? And if not, why?
Well, this is the area where there was a very low turnout in 2016, and that greatly affected the results, and that's exactly how the DA was able to form that coalition government. Most of the ANC supporters just didn't come out, and particularly in areas like New Brighton and Motherwell. But this time around, it's unclear what's going to happen in Nelson Mandela Bay. Let's ask some of the voters. Some of them are registered, some of them aren't, but we'll just get a general feeling of how they're feeling about the election. Let's begin with you, ma'am. Are you registered to vote, and will you be voting, and how are you feeling?
Yes, good morning. And I am registered to vote, and I will be confidently voting because I feel like my vote is important to either any party deserves a vote because everyone deserves a chance. So at the present moment, I'm not very happy with things at the moment in the Nelson Mandela Bay. But I need to vote just to voice my voice out. So I'm very neutral, because I'm friends with the Democratic Alliance, I'm friends with the EFF, I'm friends with the ANC. So it's not about being friends, it's about my voice being heard and about what has been done in the previous time. So as a student, because I'm a student, I'm proudly a student, at my age, I feel like I've been given a chance to be a student because of the taxpayers. So I need to vote just for my voice to be heard as one of the students of South Africa that have been benefiting from the rights that were being fought by the previous voters. Because I voted first time I voted, I was fortunately 18, 1997. So guess how old I am. So I feel like voting is good.
All right, thank you so much. And of course, unsure who you're going to vote for at this stage. Other question that's coming up, ma'am, is whether or not people believe that their vote can still make a difference and change things. How do you feel?
Okay, I don't think people believe it can make a difference, and I think one of the reasons is because, well, for myself, young South Africans don't have any ownership of anything. It's difficult to get jobs, difficult to attain property and such. But from my experience, having gotten property with the help of my parents, though, a few years back, I know that my vote needs to count. I need to vote because I need service delivery. I need the community to be safe. I need things to be affordable. And I only realized that when I got a house. So I kind of understand why people don't think it's going to work.
When you look at the ballot paper, do you see any options that you like?
I'm going to vote according to the area I live in, unfortunately. So even if my heart is with another party, I have to vote for the majority of the people I live with because I want service delivery. Like once you own something, you just like you want to hold on to it and you want to build it. So I think as most South Africans, if the government could help with jobs and acquiring assets like homes and such, land and all that, people would vote. But we can't vote if you don't own anything.
All right. Let's speak to someone else now. How are you doing, sir? What do you think of the election, and have you been registered to vote? Will you be taking part in the voting?
So unfortunately, I am not registered to vote. I've never voted in my life, and I am unfortunately a picture of many South Africans after 1994. We never, you know, like when one feels that. Corruption, one fights corruption in all areas of society. You know, one quickly comes to find that all parties are corrupt. You know what I'm saying? And it's very difficult to vote for a singular party because your heart feels that if you had a party, you wouldn't have gone under the strains that the parties have gone under. So I am very I don't as I have never voted, I can't complain about my situation in South Africa.
Have any of the political parties come to you to campaign?
Not all the time. Many parties have come my way. I'm not sure whether parties don't do much research upon who's registered and who's not. I think they just go for big scale and they hope they get like a good turnout. But I'm with these two girls and they know what they're doing, and I don't really have a say. What I would like to say is that
I think unfortunately we'll have to leave it there, but you did get your point across. So that's what it looks like on the streets of Nelson Mandela Bay. These are students outside the Port Elizabeth FET College. We'll be moving to different areas and keep giving you the pulse of the Bay leading up to voting day.
All right, Govan Whittle's out in Gqeberha. Let's go now to Nqobile Madlala, who's crisscrossing KwaZulu-Natal. Nqobile, we heard there the views of some of the voters. What's the story in KZN?
Well, we do understand that the place that we're in, KwaMashu, is generally known as ANC stronghold. A lot of people here will go out and vote as many as possible. But let's just find out if that perception itself is changing over time. Joining me now is also a business lady, but a resident here, KwaMashu. Mama, are you registered to vote? Will you be voting?
Yes, ngizovota. Kodwa sicela ukuthi njengoba sivota basixhase njengosiso small business. Mina nguSonya wakashezi ngilakwaPhi, ngine-small business, nginabaqashi, ngibaqashile la. Ngizovota ngoba nginethemba ukuthi one day bazosisiza, mhlawumbe kube noxhaso olubakhona.
Yeah.
As a business woman, so do you find that it's difficult to find sponsorship or some funding of some sort?
Yes, it's difficult ngoba njengami nje ngaze ngilithole uxhaso, ayikho nje nenkinga ngayithola.
All right, Sonia. Let me speak to you, ma'am. You were just expressing your concern with regards to voting. Perhaps explain to us, are you registered to vote? Will you be going to vote?
Yeah, you're ready to vote. Kodwa into engicelayo kuhulumeni ukuthi na angasithembisi into engekho ukuthi na uyosinika umsebenzi angasinikezi futhi nabakhankasa abambe bekhankasa laba sithembisa imisebenzi engekho.
Njengoba bekhankasa sis bake bathini yena oke wayilalela nofisa ukuthi bashintshe?
Basicela ukuthi na asivoteni mengivota ngizokwazi ukuthi ngithole umsebenzi kodwa bona abasebenzi. Yabo bambi ikhankasa nje kodwa ngiyibona into abakhankasayo.
So usisi uzobeyile ukuvota?
Ngizoya.
Siyabonga kakhulu. Well, just the two ladies explaining to us that though they are going to vote, they are hoping that those promises that has been made to them will be fulfilled. One just talking about the fact that as a young person, of course, we know that there's highest unemployment rates in the country, that there is a need to attend to that, and they are hoping that these parties, as their manifesto, and they say that they are going to give them employment, that will be possible. Also, another lady speaking to us as a business lady saying that she does need a small business funding, and one of the things that are making her understand that it's important to put her vote is the hope that her business will grow. But I want to bring in now a councillor of ANC in this area who has to make sure that these promises that they're saying they will be giving to the people has to be done. So I want to understand here, the lady just speaking to us that as a small business, she needs funding. How are you going to be addressing to those issues?
Morning to your viewers. There are two things maybe that are important. One is firstly the understanding of the local economy and how it works. The event of July 12 highlighted to us that we are heavily reliant on outside businesses for businesses within the township to survive. That is the first thing that we need to address. Change that. Make them be reliant on their own and procure all of this, because we can assume that we do have money because we are able to buy food. And if we are unable to produce our own food and circulate money within the township, then money flows outside all the time.
Are you saying then that you will be funding these businesses?
Yes. Secondly, there is a program that was just launched yesterday by the municipality where it seeks to address issues of funding for local businesses, for small businesses, SMMEs. That project is funded by 50 million. I think we will be advancing help to other donors to put in their money so that we can change the landscape, the economic landscape within townships, so that it talks to the locals and localities being able to produce work and also produce goods and services so that we can consume them.
A young lady this speaking to us about the fact that they have heard so many promises coming from all these parties talking about employment, but yet that hasn't been delivered over time. How are you going to make sure that this time round that's delivered?
The issue of employment is a bit tricky one. Firstly, everyone is looking to be employed basically by government, either national, provincial or local government. It's a bit difficult because someone needs to die before a new opening comes up, and it's not attainable to look at that. Businesses generally are there to facilitate employment. Government, what it does is that it opens up opportunities, it relaxes bylaws and whatever, so that it makes it easier for business to establish work. That is the primary aspect that we'll be looking at, to facilitate that. If Sonia and her business wants to succeed here, they are able to do that, and without having problems of accessing funding, accessing spaces to do their business. That's what we want to do.
All right, thank you very much. Well, their promises. Like they are saying, they've heard this before, but the idea is to see it now translate into being implemented on the ground. They're saying that they want employment, they want businesses to be funded. The councillor here is saying that there is a way that they are going to do that. There is some sort of strategy. Whether it will translate to that in few months to come, well, we'll have to see.
All right, well, I know your guests were just a snapshot of the voters, but it looks like we had more people there who are going to vote than not, which is a good thing, but you could sense the frustration coming from the people you spoke to. Thank you so much. Ngobile Madlala in KZN and Govan Whittles in Gqeberha.